It's time for today's AM Minnesota Fair Talk 2017. John Dvorak, the fair manager, the Rice County Fair, is in studio. We're clicking those days off there, John.
We sure are, Jerry. We're getting closer and closer every day, and you know they always say, "Well, how far close are you to the fair?" And I say, "Well, you know what? When I can taste the fair food, I know it's getting close, and I'm already starting to taste the fair food
or smell it."
Smell it. That's right.
I did drive through the fairgrounds the other day. Boy, the lawn, the grass looks nice and green. Somebody's spending a lot of time mowing lawn.
Yeah, there's the county comes out with their county employee and they mow the lawn for us, and then the maintenance guys, you know, they go around and hit it around the buildings and the poles with the weed whip, and it's really coming together and looking nice. They're out there busy. Doing stuff behind the scenes, making repairs that need to be repaired, and you know, it won't be long, and we'll be talking that first day. We'll be at the fair in our booth at the fair.
And the date's the middle of July?
Yeah, July 18th through the 23rd. It's coming quick.
Right. And there's still some details that need to be taken care of. A lot of the big things are all set to go.
Yeah, a lot of the big things are set to go. Most of the big things are set to go, and working on just a few more free acts, trying to get that last bit of sponsorship, making some visits out to get people to sponsor the fair, sponsor different items, and you know, so it's coming together.
Still room for some exhibitors that want to get in. I know you have some, and I've seen them there in the same spot year after year, but you always have a little bit of a turnover there.
We do, and we do have a turnover, and that's the one nice thing, and one of the advantages of having an advertising on the web and the internet. You know, there's a lot of businesses that call you now. There's a lot of people that are interested, and so I'm hoping if everybody'd send in their money that call and inquire about a rental spot, you know, we'd be busting at the seams. But until you get that application and then the payment in, you know. But it's coming along well. It started off slow, but it's starting to pick up here in the last couple of weeks, with more and more people are getting interested to come in and exhibiting at the fair. So.
And I did take note of the buildings too. They all look in pretty good shape already.
They are. You must have been there on a sunny day.
And which sunny day?
Yeah.
There's been so few.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, man, if they predict a slight rain, man, take cover, because we'll get a deluge. And we've been getting a lot of rain, but that's the reason the grass is growing so green. And so I guess, you know, you take it. You can't change Mother Nature. You just take
go with it.
Go with it, and you keep moving forward.
When it's so wet like this, it makes you think about all those buildings and all those roofs, and if one is leaking, you've got to take care of it soon, otherwise a lot, you know, it just gets worse as time goes on. So
it does, and it just snowballs, and you know, we've got some buildings that you know, we're waiting for that probably need a new roof, and you know, we're trying to work that into the budget, and we try to deal with it as best we can, and you know, you just go in there and make the repairs that you need to do, and you try not to just put a band-aid on it. You know, we try to fix it right when we need to fix it where it's going to be done right, instead of just putting a band-aid on it.
Because then you're putting band-aids on band-aids, and actually it might cost you just as much or more than doing it right the first time.
That's right. That's right. And you know, it gets to a point where, you know, sometimes you need to just hire the professionals to come in, and they can take care of it so much easier.
Well, there are a lot of buildings out there when you actually sit down and look at it and take inventory. And we're pretty fortunate to have so many nice buildings, permanent structures at the fairgrounds here in Rice County.
You know, that's right. And just here yesterday, so we had a wall that a lot of the paint was coming off of the wall, and so we went in and power washed it and scraped the wall as best we could and put a new coat of paint on it, and you'd be surprised, you know, just how nice it looks after that takes place.
It's amazing what a coat of paint will do.
That's right. That's right. But you know, the main thing is you know, you want the buildings to look respectable, and you know, you expect all these people to come and exhibit in the building, and so you know, you want to have a upbeat building and one that's going to be presentable.
Stand by, John. We have to take a break for the markets, and we'll continue with today's Fair Talk on AM Minnesota. They dropped you?
I have to find a new person to make signs.
Talk to Carrie.
Carrie.
McCann.
Where's she at?
Ooh, I'll tell you afterwards. Remind me.
Yeah.
The market update sponsored by the KDHL Agri Boosters and also Eagle Prairie Insurance in Blooming Prairie. We will continue with today's AM Minnesota program right after this.
Stop and see Jay, your Master Farm certified nationwide agent for all your farm needs. Right on Highway 218 in Blooming Prairie. And check us out at eagleprairieinsurance.com. We look forward to providing you superior service. One-on-one is how good.
Welcome back to Fair Talk 2017 on KDHL's AM Minnesota program. John Dvorak, the Rice County Fair Manager, is in studio. John, just before the micro break, we were talking about the big job maintaining all those buildings there at the Rice County Fair. It's a continual thing, but it demands attention, and I still think everything looks really nice out there.
Good. Thank you for that. And like I said, we have a great maintenance crew, and they spend a lot of time and take it to heart and make things look the way they look. And without them, that wouldn't happen. So hats off to them.
I did notice too, somebody's doing a pretty good job of keeping things updated on the Rice County Fair website. Tara.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, she's doing a fantastic job with that, isn't she? We try to keep that as updated as possible. And now that we have things set, there'll be more and more information that's going to be putting on there, the times and what's all going to be happening at the fair, and that's finally coming into place, and we can start finalizing that. So we'll start getting that up on the Facebook, and but she does a great job with it, and to have such a person with energy behind her, like
Tara has some energy. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. So, and every day there's this is such and such a day, and this is such and such a day, and she puts that on every day. She gets on that website and finds what she wants to put on there, and she puts it on there. And
then some pictures and things from past fairs and things going on. It's kind of fun to.
Exactly so. Grateful that we have her on board and that she's able to do it. And without her, I don't know what we would do for the website.
As long as I don't go to the website and see that the NTPA truck and tractor pool's been canceled.
Well, yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen again this year. Like
we're referring to the.
And we keep thinking positive, and we'll think positive that we're going to have great weather for the fair this year. And
we paid our dues last year with
that's
the
right.
rain.
Exactly. The heat and the rain. So, but. We weren't the only fair that had those problems, and I'm sure we won't be the only fair again to have those problems again. So it's, you just have to go with the flow and you roll with it, and, life throws you a curveball and you try to hit it as best you can.
Yeah. Well, we should mention, too, the safety precautions. We've had some severe weather. We're hearing about it, farther south in the U.S. They've had a lot of severe weather, but you and Rice County Sheriff Troy Dunn and the whole emergency management, you have things you have a plan if we're out there having a great time and all at once severe thunderstorms might be moving in.
That's exactly right. And, Troy and I, we work closely with that, and we do have a management plan that if something was to happen, not only weather related, but, a bomb threat or a chemical spill or whatever, I think we got all our bases covered, and we've got a booklet that we've got all planned out with, what's our emergency procedure and how we're going to go about it and who's going to make the final calls. And so, people can rest assured, we do take all that into consideration, and you have to, because you never know if something could pop up out of the clear blue, a storm or an accident or a barn, catching on fire or whatever, but we have a plan in place for all of that. And, hopefully, you never want to use it. Hopefully you don't. But, if you do have to use it, it's there.
Well, the beauty is all at once you're confronted with something, and sometimes you can freeze up. You haven't had time to think about it, analyze it. Well, here you just go to the policies and procedures. We thought about this ahead of time. If this happens, here's what we do.
Exactly so. Exactly so. And it was a long time coming to put this plan together, and I'm glad that we took the time to put it together. And like I said, hopefully we never have to use it. And knock on wood, we've with bad weather, with all the severe rain that comes in, we've been lucky, and all it has been rain, and we've never had to cancel a grandstand show because of lightning. But believe you me, sometimes you sit out there and then you're seeing lightning and around you, but
and you're sitting in that big aluminum grandstand.
exactly so. But we've been fortunate, and knock on wood, and hopefully it continues that way.
The truck and tractor pull, that's that Saturday evening.
That's a Saturday evening.
And
yes.
didn't you mention last time you and I visited, you were excited about the big time rodeo that's coming in on Friday night, correct?
That's right. We're going to a rodeo this year, and
we've had bull riding in the past, but this is a full-fledged rodeo.
This is a full-fledged rodeo, and it's a Barnes rodeo coming in, so it's a PRCA rodeo. Hopefully is that they're going to have some cowboys that are following them, and the nice thing about it is they're all vying for their points to get to the national finals, and so hopefully he'll have a great following of cowboys, the bull riders and the calf roping and all that are going for points.
This is kind of like the NASCAR of bull riding, right? NASCAR, they go to different races and they want to win and get points, right? That's how it
right.
Works.
That's how it works.
The Cowboys do the same thing.
The Cowboys do the same thing, and so on Wednesday night they're in Iowa, putting on a rodeo in Iowa, and then from Iowa they're coming up to put on the one at the Rice County Fair. So we got all the paperwork in, and there's a lot that goes on to putting on a PRCA rodeo. Yeah,
PCRA, this is like the big time, so they...
Yeah,
this costs some money to get them
that's
in.
Right. That's an organization,
right?
And that's an organization in itself, and you have to be approved. Your city has to be approved to host this rodeo. So it doesn't matter if you sign the contract with the vendor that's going to be putting it on. Like Barnes is the vendor, they'll be putting it on. But I mean, you have to get that permission from PRCA, and they have to approve you, and then you can say, oh, good, now we're going to have a rodeo. And so that's all happened, and that's all taken place. And boy, it's been a learning experience, and you learn a lot from it. But we've got everything all set to go, and I'm happy to say that I'm thankful to the State Bank of Faribault. They've come up with a huge donation for sponsorship for the fair, and I'm grateful for that to happen for the rodeo. And so things are falling into place, and I think it's going to be a great time. It's been a long time since we had a rodeo at the county fair, or even around. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and people are going to enjoy it.
There's some bull riding. We've had it. Other county fairs have had it, but there's a big leap between just some bull riding and a real rodeo. And boy, thanks to the State Bank of Faribault for stepping up. And that's what makes the county fairs great, when you have businesses like that to step up and sponsor something so that folks in the community can have an enjoyable experience.
That's exactly right. And like I said, we're very grateful and thankful that they've come and stepped forward to do this for us.
So if you see any of the crew from the State Bank of Faribault, tell them thank you, and let's get a big crowd then to enjoy the rodeo on Friday night.
Yes, and I'm hoping that we can, and we'll be selling some pre-sale tickets. I'll have them at different businesses. We're getting lined up to have different businesses, and we'll probably offer a little discount for pre-sale tickets, and just come out and have a great time, enjoy the fair, and we'll have a great rodeo, and then you'll get out in time to go enjoy the rest of the fair and the rest of the night.
Now let me see, I for years have been able to unhook the truck and tractors from the truck and tractor pool, and I get the best seat in the house. It's not a free ticket because I'm actually working, see? So do you need anybody to unhook the cowboys from the bulls? No, I guess the bulls and the horses might take care of that.
Yeah, you and I tried that bull riding last year on a mechanical bull, and I'm sure it's safe to say that we'll probably never do that again.
I heard we were going to have a rematch this year. That's what I heard.
Yeah, well,
and you know what else I heard? That Dwayne on our sales staff was going to join in the challenge too. That's what I heard.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we should just pass the torch, and maybe we should have Dwayne and another person do it, and then you and I
Dwayne and John
Anderson.
Yeah.
Then you and I will just stand there and we'll watch.
We'll be the official judges.
That's right.
Well, on the button as to how fast it goes.
Yeah.
So that's Friday night, and then what was Thursday night?
Thursday night we'll have the enduro races that we always have.
Which is great because local folks can get involved, right?
That's right. We have a lot of local folks that have cars and come and run the cars, and they look forward to the enduro race every year, and I'm glad that we can keep putting it on, and it's a lot of fun, and they, you know, it's a sport that they enjoy, and what better place to do it than at the Rice County Fair.
And Wednesday night, was that the bike thing?
Yes, we do. We have a BMX a bike show that's coming in, and they have individuals that'll be doing the jumps and the stunts, and so you know, it's something new that we're bringing to the fair, and hopefully it's something that we can grow off of, and you know, people get excited in, and you know, it's just the first year, and we're kind of going to get our shoes wet with it, and hopefully we can build on it and expand it in years to come.
And Tuesday night, no grandstand event. That's the Rice County Fair Queen Coronation. Kathy Kapp was Gordy's guest, or was on AM Minnesota yesterday with Gordy talking about the Fair Queen. What a great tradition that is.
What a tradition that is, and it's been going for quite some time now, and you know, can't, you know, say enough about it. It's something that is great, that starts the fair off, the fair week, and what better way to start it off with the Queen contest. And you know, if there's some gals out there that have ever thought about running it, you know, talk to Kathy, get an application, get it sent in, and
get a sponsor.
Get a sponsor.
And if you don't have a sponsor, people will help you get a sponsor.
That's right. And so it's a great opportunity for a young gal to take advantage of.
Anything new on the food on a stick side?
Well,
lamb chops on a stick?
No lamb
chops. You always get abused about that, don't you?
One thing we got to come and get back to the grandstand that we forgot about, though, is our ever popular demo derby on
Sunday
that's
afternoon.
Right,
the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
that's 4 o'clock, wasn't it?
4 o'clock is the kids are going to have their little, with their power wheels, their little derby, and then the actual demolition derby will start at 4:30. So.
What is that, little kids? They can drive some cars there?
What they do is, they put their power wheels, and they go in there and they have a demolition derby with their power wheels. So.
Well, that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, it's last year was the second year we did it, and there's a lot of individuals. I want to say there's like some 30 to 40 individual kids that.
Do you fit in those little cars?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you would either, Jerry. I wouldn't even fit in one of the big cars.
But there again, it's a way to get some local families and kids involved, and
it is, and especially, you know, that too is a sport that kind of family has been doing it for years, and it's just a way to involve their children in a way, and they get to have some fun before the demolition derby starts.
Notice when we started talking about grandstand events, we started with Saturday night, the most important one first, and then just kind of worked back from there. You noticed that? Did you
I noticed that.
Yeah.
You know, there's just some things that you just got to let go. We know that Jerry's the one that unhooks the tractors.
How about some of the free entertainment? What's going on there?
Free entertainment, well, that'll start right away on Tuesday after the Queen Coronation. I'm happy to say that we have the Faribault Community Band.
Oh, you did get that organized then.
Yes.
After the Fair Queen Coronation is over.
And they'll be performing for us, and looking forward to that. Hopefully next year we can fill them in on a date that's going to be open, and give them their own time slot on a special date. But I'm trying it. You know, there's a lot of people that come down to the fair on Tuesday night, and I wanted to offer them some entertainment after the Queen Coronation is done with.
And there's lots of people and families there visiting, taking pictures. Well,
that's right.
What's more cool than having a community band play in the background?
That's exactly right. So looking forward to that.
Maybe I should get my old trumpet. No.
Thursday night we have the White Sidewalls are coming.
Oh,
back.
they're always great.
Yeah, they'll be great. The White Sidewalls.
And what night is that? Thursday night, you said.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Wednesday night, I've got the Jolly Peas. It's a band that was real popular back in the 70s and the late 70s, and they kind of had to reunite it, and they started playing again together. So I've got them on Wednesday night. It's called the Jolly Peas. It's Steve Kozaczyk and his band out of New Prague, and I had them play last year on Thursday afternoon, and they did a real good job, and so I was able to secure them for Wednesday night. So looking forward to that. So Thursday night we have the White Sidewalls. Friday night, Brad Boyce, the Elvis impersonator, is coming back. He was there last year, and he'll be coming back again this year. And
That's always popular.
That's always popular, and he draws a good crowd, and people enjoy him. Saturday night, we have a Hispanic band that's playing on the Selner stage Saturday night, so that'll be fun. Hopefully, they'll draw a lot of people, and you know, it's a good time for them to come out and enjoy the music. It'll be a Hispanic kind of a mariachi type band, and you know, Sunday afternoon will be the talent contest, and then all of a sudden it's all done but the crying.
It's so depressing when we go out that Monday morning after the fair.
Yeah.
And start tearing down, and it's just, boy, this was just bustling a few hours ago when everything was set up, and all at once most of the rides are gone and vendors are gone, and you think 360 60 days before they all show up again.
That's exactly right. And yeah, you're right, it is kind of a sad moment when you see that. You know, it starts kind of Sunday night, you know, because most of these vendors that are there, and the food vendors, you know, they're all doing everything they can to get buttoned up and hooked up and out of there, because
they're going to another fair.
They're
probably
going to another fair. They're off to another fair, and you know, some of them, if they can make it home, they make it home and resupply. Some of them just go right to that fair and try to resupply on the way to the fair. And you know, it's a business for them, and it's a way of life. And you know, it's sad to see them go, but you know, you'll see them next year.
Yeah. And of course, the rides, Gold Star Amusement, right? First class organization.
It is, and they do a great job, a fantastic job. And we're just yesterday we're working on approving our passport to fun tickets. We're getting them ready to print, and they'll be printing here shortly.
And they'll be for sale ahead. Those are only for sale ahead of time, right?
They're for ahead of time. They'll be offered at $45 again, just like last year. They'll be available at Hy-Vee grocery store here in Faribault, and usually those go on sale right after Heritage Days.
Until the kickoff to the fair.
Until the kickoff to the fair. Now, Mike was saying that he might sell them the first couple of days during the fair. Something that he's talking about, and so something that might happen, that they'll be able to. But I'm thinking they'll probably, if that happens, they'll probably be at a little bit of a higher price. You know,
why take the chance?
That's
you got
right.
Kids, you wanted to get them out of your hair for the week, pay $45, they can ride till they drop.
That's exactly right. You're right. And so, you know, a lot of people take advantage of it, and we do sell a great number of those tickets, and I think it's something that we've been doing for quite a while now, and people enjoy it, and the kids enjoy it, and it just makes it that much more fun for the kids to come out, and you know, they don't have to worry about bringing loads of cash with them, so they can ride, and they have fun riding the rides, and glad they can come out and do that.
Wanted to mention too, before we run out of time, that special event Wednesday morning at the Rice County Fair, the best of the best, the Rice County Agriculture Hall of Fame. We'll have a couple inductees into the class of 2017, and our 10-year kind of anniversary.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we've been doing that for 10 years now.
We, as in Art Mattson, maybe.
Yeah.
He's kind of the lead on doing a lot of it.
Yeah, let me rephrase that the fair's been doing that. You know, doesn't Art do a great job with that? I mean, he is so passionate about that, and you know, he comes in there and puts his whole heart into that, and just makes that whole morning, you know, go flawless. And you know, my hat's off to Art, because he does a great job with that.
With the help of the Faribault Chamber of Commerce, Agribusiness Committee, Rice County Farm Bureau, Dakota Rice Corn and Soybean Growers, Rice County Pork Producers, Rice County ADA, and also, not to forget, Doug Gilbertson at the Nearstrand Agri Center for sponsoring that, covering the plaques and all those things that to go with the recipients, and then go on permanent display at the fairgrounds.
That's right. And you know, we do have a permanent display for that. That's in the Gilling Hall building. You know, we've got a wall that's kind of dedicated to that, and the past winners, and they're all on a plaque there. And you know, it's what a way to honor these people and recognize them. And we have the Century Farms listed there also. And you know, agriculture plays a big part in Rice County, and you know, some people say, well, it's dwindling. Well, you know what, it may be dwindling a little bit, but you know, all of our people that are related with agriculture here in Rice County, you know, they're doing everything they can to keep agriculture going in Rice County. And you know, what better way to recognize that than giving them a day at the fair and letting them come and enjoy a free breakfast. And you know, hopefully they can all take advantage of that and come out and have some fun and spend the day at the fair or the morning at the fair and visit with people and
or stop out for lunch.
That's right. And you know, just a way to get your mind off the hustle and the busy days that are ahead of you and just come out and relax and have a good time.
We should mention 4-H too. They always have a good showing there. The 4-H building, the food stand, and all the livestock and the critters and projects that they bring.
Well, I tell you, you know, if we wouldn't have 4-H, we wouldn't have a fair, and that's just the bottom line. And you know, I tell you, Kelly over there, she does a great job with this program, with the 4-H program, and you know, my hat's off to her too, because you know, she spends a lot of hours and a lot of time away from her family, you know, promoting 4-H and making sure that this 4-H program works. And her secretary that she has, Lisa, in the office, you know, she's another person that does a lot of work and needs to get some recognition, you know, for the work she does. And so I think these two gals do a fabulous job with the Rice County.
And we
4-H.
should mention, I would expect that our new extension educator in Rice and Steele County, Claire LeCan, will be helping out a little bit during the fair too. So.
That's right. And so, you know, it wouldn't be done with all these individuals that, you know, they're dedicated to this 4-H program, and that's something that you need, and we're fortunate in Rice County that we do have these individuals.
And not only that, but other volunteers that make the fair go throughout the year and all during the fair, all those volunteers.
Exactly so. You know, without them, you know, that's another reason the fair is as successful as it is because we do have all these volunteers that come out and volunteer. And you know, whether it's for a few hours or as much as the whole week, you know, we'll take volunteers anyway. We can get them, and we're just so grateful that we do have these volunteers to come out and help.
And then you also have some that make it a little part-time job. Maybe they're helping at the gate with parking, doing some other things.
Exactly. You know, everybody there, you know, that's working either as a volunteer or you know, that's paid to do stuff. You know, that's what makes the fair go, and without these individuals, that fair wouldn't happen. And so, you know, I have a great fair board that I work with. They put a lot of time and effort and energy into the fair, and everybody has their little own space that they work in, their own category that they want to help out in, and without that, you know, you need all of them to work together, and that's what happens.
Only 10 seconds left. Can't believe it. We visited about the fair for a whole half hour, but we can do it again in a couple weeks.
I look forward to that, Jerry.
Thanks, John. John Dvorak, the Rice County Fair Manager with Fair Talk.